honestly. The problem is that the government institutions, under the formerly liberal left, are pushing for censorship, under the guise of something being hate speech or being their favorite word, disinformation. I find it hilarious when CNN was complaining and saying that I'm pushing disinformation. I'm like, are you kidding? CNN, look in the mirror. Should rename himself DNN, Disinformation News Network. It's nonstop bullshit. But obviously it should be okay to debate things. Words are not violence. There's a big difference, and we need the sort of, you need to be able to speak your mind and say what you want. Honestly,
we've got to talk about this massive news coming out of the Trump administration about the EU, because this is big, and I love that they are doing it because it shows that they are not playing any games. And honestly, this is, if I were to be president, this is how I would want my administration to be handling things as well. Now, hey, listen, don't get any ideas. I'm not running for office. We've already squashed that. Can't do politics, at least the current politics that we have. I'm not interested at all. But I want to play this clip from Trump and him talking about how the EU wanted to fine Elon Musk $140 million. Check it out.
You're talking about, is that European Union, or is it, who did that? European Union or UK?
Yeah, European Commission.
Whoa, that's a nasty one. I don't know. Elon has not called me to ask for help in that one. But no, that's a tough thing. I don't think it's right. No, I don't think it's right. I don't see, how they can do that. No, I'm not. I'll speak about it later. I'm going to get a full report on it. Look, Europe has to be very careful. They're doing a lot of things. We want to keep Europe. Europe is going in some bad directions. It's very bad for the people. We don't want Europe to change so much. They're going in some very bad directions. That was a big thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, Europe is basically they've gone off the cliff. Okay. I don't know if there's any saving Europe at this point. And I've said this in past videos. I think any Europeans that are watching, hey, if you're conservative, come over to America. Let's make this the last conservative bastion, right, on this planet. And we can let all the liberals move over to Europe and live there somewhere, We can make America the last conservative stronghold. All right. Now, I want to play this other clip of, actually, you know what? Let's just read a little bit here, because this is some good stuff. Let me throw myself on the screen here. There we go. U.S. bans European censorship activists from entering America. So some of the big players that are wanting all of this censorship, they've been banned from entering the U.S. So amazing stuff. The Trump administration just slapped the visa bans on 5 people who spent years trying to pressure American tech companies into censoring content they don't like. The targets include Thierry Breton, the EU commissioner who crafted Europe's Digital Services Act, basically a censorship framework disguised as content moderation. Imran Ahmed of the Center for Countering Digital Hate is also on the list. Countering digital hate, my goodness, that should tell you everything you need to know. What the frick is that? Is also on the list. He had a very specific mission. Want to know what his organization's annual priorities were? Internal documents show kill Musk Twitter. That was one of their top priorities, to kill Musk Twitter. At the top of the list, not reduce hate speech or improve online safety. Kill Twitter. Destroy the platform entirely because Elon wouldn't play ball with their censorship demands. These groups operated by labeling anything they disagreed with as misinformation or hate speech, then lobbying governments to force platforms to remove it. Claire Melford's Global Disinformation Index used U.S. taxpayer money Yeah, you heard that right. U.S. taxpayer money to create scoring systems that effectively blacklisted conservative American news outlets, steering advertisers away from them to financially strangle speech they opposed. Breton personally sent threatening letters to Elon, warning of consequences under EU law right before his live interview with Trump during the campaign. Now the banned activists are claiming this is an authoritarian attack on free speech and calling it immoral, unlawful, and un-American. These are the same people who built entire careers pressuring tech platforms to silence voices they found problematic. Suddenly they care deeply about censorship when it affects them. Free speech isn't negotiable. It's not something governments should regulate away because certain viewpoints make them uncomfortable, whether in Europe or America. The U.S. just made clear that exporting censorship regimes to silence American speech won't be tolerated. I love it. I love it. This is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. And for them to cry, oh, this is un-American, this is un-American, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Okay, excuse my language, but I'm sick of these people. I really am. I really am. They wanted to censor us conservatives, but the moment that something happens to them, they want to cry and play victim. They want to throw all of these rocks, and then as soon as they get called out, they want to hide their hands. Oh, no, it wasn't us. We have nothing to do with it. Oh, no. Oh. This very platform that you are watching me on right now admitted that the Biden administration was trying to pressure them into censoring people like myself. It's crazy. It's crazy. And now that they get a taste of their own medicine, they want to whine and cry. Oh my goodness, they can't do this to us. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And anybody else who wants to try to censor any American citizen for having an opinion that's different from your own, they should be banned from this country as well. Freedom of speech is non-negotiable. It's freedom of speech. Okay? Anybody can say anything. I may not like some of the things that somebody says, but it doesn't mean that I have the right to stop them from saying it. Simple. It's very, very simple. So yeah, Marco Rubio stepped up to the plate and has banned these individuals, and now they're crying foul about it. I absolutely love it, man. I really do love that news. It is absolutely amazing. And like I said, I think Europe is too far gone. It's too far gone. As a matter of fact, here is a young lady by the name of Eva Vlar. Yeah, I'm not even going. We're going to call her Eva V. Okay, shout out to Eva V. But it says, my content is being restricted in the EU under the Digital Services Act, the very censorship act I've been warning about for years. Under the guise of online safety, they put a search ban on my account and flagged my posts as sensitive/age restricted content. The EU hates free speech because it threatens their power. That is 100% true. When these individuals come on and try to ban freedom of speech, it's because they know their policies are absolutely garbage. And so they're trying to stay in power by squashing any pushback. Right? And they label it like literally, and I got a clip. Hopefully I saved it. Yes, actually I did. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I literally have a clip of them saying that you criticizing someone is hate speech. Yeah. You criticizing anyone is hate speech. Who do you think that rule is really for? It's for them. So you can't criticize them online and garner more attention because now people are saying, oh, that person actually agrees with what I'm saying. I'm not alone. They don't want that. They don't want that because they know their policies are absolutely garbage. They've ran those countries into the ground. But let me play this clip from Eva V. Shout out to her.
So, update. Turns out I'm not being shadow banned by X. I am being shadow banned in the EU only by the EU, obviously, because for those of you who've been following me, you know that I've been warning you guys about the Digital Services Act, this online safety law that the EU put forth a few years ago. And one of the requirements that that law has is that to protect children online, certain content has to be age restricted. Obviously, like they're talking about things like pornography or very aggressive or violent material. But also, yours truly has been flagged as someone who creates sensitive content. And so all of my posts now have this sensitivity warning, and you have to actively go and click it and verify your age to be able to see what I post and what I write. And my name, when you search for my name, just won't pop up in the search engine. You will get every single impersonator and fake account under the sun presented to you, but not mine, not the verified 1 million follower plus profile. I don't know. The fact that I posted my speech again attacking Ursula von der Leyen 3 days ago might have something to do with the fact why they flagged my profile. Might. It's just an educated guess, I suppose. But exactly what I said also, even just last week in Washington, you know, at that panel about independent media with General Mike Flynn, is happening to me right now. They are, under the guise of online safety, censoring dissident voices. And I don't know what to do about it. I hope that X can do something about it. But this is our reality here in Europe. They just flag you and they take your online presence away from you because they don't like what you have to say. Welcome to the EU SSR.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Eva, move on over here to America. We have your back. We don't play those censorship games over here. The Biden administration tried, and they messed around and found out. Okay. Now, I want to show you guys this. Now, I can't play the actual clip due to copyright. 60 Minutes never allows me to use any of their clips. But in this clip, well, let me read what JD Vance says. Insulting someone is not a crime. Criminalizing speech is going to put real strain on European-U.S. relationships. That's what I want my vice president saying right there. That's what I want him saying. I love that. This is Orwellian, and everyone in Europe and the U.S. must reject this lunacy. CBS, is posting an insult a crime? German prosecutor, yes. And he chuckles about it in this video. Okay, once again, I can't show you the video due to copyright, but CBS, is it a crime to repost a lie? Yes. Who gets to determine what's a lie? Because if it's these guys, I don't trust it at all. Not at all. Oh, man. Man. You three D-bags are the most pathetic wannabe Nazis ever. I hope many people in Germany see this. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Wild stuff. And so I am happy the Trump administration is taking a hard stance against this nonsense and, not allowing any of this stuff to fester because it's absolutely ridiculous. And the only reason why they're doing it is to stay in power. And I said this before, whenever anybody comes along, well, we all know the famous saying, the most scary words are, hi, I'm from the government and I'm here to help, right? But whenever they come along and they say it's for your safety or it's to help you, right? It's bull. It's BS. It's bull. Okay? It's bull crap. Every single time. So, shout out to Uncle Trump and his administration. Things are going in the right direction. And keep this in mind too, guys. Because I've seen some criticism of the Trump administration. Hey, we want to see prosecutions. Hey, we want to see this. Hey, we want to see that. You also have to keep in mind that the entire system has been built against us, and it's pushing back against us in the Trump administration right now. I asked you guys that have been blessed to be on this earth longer than I have you ever seen any one man get this much pushback? And all of you were like, no, we've never seen this type of thing happen. And the only people that we have to blame is ourselves. We allowed this to happen. We allowed this to fester. We allowed rhinos like Mitch McConnell to continually be reelected year after year instead of voting his sorry ass out many years ago. We did that. We did it. And so the Trump administration is in a situation where they're balancing, hey, we need to take hard stances against this stuff and prosecute the people like Letitia James, whose case was thrown out by a liberal judge. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but Letitia James' case was thrown out by a liberal judge. She was accused of fraud in a similar sense to what she was trying to accuse Trump of, and a liberal judge threw it out due to a technicality. So you got to understand that the whole system is pushing back against us. So I think the Trump administration is doing a great job of attempting to do some of the things that they promised, but also do some of the things that should be done anyway. right? And that is prosecuting some of these criminals. Now, what we need to do is make sure that we show up in the midterms, because that's what they're having to balance. Hey, how far do we go while also making sure that we win the midterms? Because we all know what Democrats are going to do if they win the midterms. I mean, it's a complete halt on Trump's presidency. Complete halt. I mean, they're slamming the brakes. They're going to try to impeach the guy, and it's just going to be a whole, money's probably going to get thrown around to some of these rhinos. A couple of dollars going to get dangled in their face. Hey, vote with us, and, we'll give you a little something on the back end. We have to make sure, for example, in the midterms, we show up, and in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham is out. In Texas, John Cornyn, we make sure that we vote him out, and we send a resounding message the same way we did with Liz Cheney. We have to do that. And I think until we do stuff like that, nothing is going to change, at least completely, right? Uncle Trump being in there is great. It's fantastic, but he's not a dictator, so he can't just do whatever he wants to, right? So we have to make sure that we're electing America First Republicans and not these rhinos that we continually put back in office, like the Mitch McConnells of the world and the John Thunes of the world. What in the world is going on? Why is John Thune still in office? You know what I mean? So South Dakota, when he's up for re-election, don't pay attention to the nice ads that tell you exactly what you want to hear. Pay attention to the results. This guy is absolutely garbage. Vote him out. Right? Peacefully, of course. I don't want anybody twisting my words. I'm not advocating for violence or anything like that. I'm talking about doing it the right way, voting these individuals out. But we have to do that. And once we do that, then things will actually begin to really, really change. I mean, they're already changing, obviously. We've seen massive change across the board. But if we really want these prosecutions that I've seen some conservatives complain about, get these rhinos out of the way. And in some of these liberal places where you got, for example, Jasmine Crash Out Crockett, make sure she never sees office ever again, right? Make sure she's out, okay? But that's up to us. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.